La 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 la. La la la.
Ting 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 ting.
La 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 la. All right. Okay, guys. Cue up. Okay, cue.
Me.
Now it's time for the 3rd annual Mormon Tabernacle Choir to take the stage and. The first hymn would be Our Dear Lord the Savior. Oh, Brother Gary, would you mind saying the opening prayer for us, Brother Gary?
1, 2 and freeze, don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze, don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze, don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze.
Sadly, my wife thinks I've been using super glue all this time. I've just been using ejaculate.
It works just the
Bottle
same.
it up.
Well, she's like,
She's wondering how you get that amazing part in your hair.
It doesn't come from horses, guys. It doesn't come from horses.
No.
It's not where glue comes from.
Yeah. Oh.
Comes from men.
Cum.
Oh.
Yes. Males.
Comes from cum.
And then that was that.
That makes sense.
Mark, who told you that when you were growing up? My paw.
It was a bedtime story. It was a bedtime story.
It was a bedtime story.
Have you you remember that part in Don't Be a Menace where the son reads the dad the bedtime story from Penthouse?
Oh, no.
What?
Oh,
And
no.
He's like sitting there in bed and he's like jerking. He's like, yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, that one part in that one movie. Oh, yeah. No, not at all. I don't remember it one bit.
That's disappointing coming from you, Gary.
It really is, actually. It really is.
You should
I really
know.
enjoyed watching Boys in the Hood. But Don't Be a Menace to Society was a little tough for me to...
You want to see a dead body?
I do remember that
I
part.
told you he was dead.
He's like, get out of here, little kid. Get out of here.
No, it was the naked guy. It was Elvis with his ass hanging out.
He farts. He farts while he's dead.
Does, yeah.
Does he really?
He farts while he's dead. Yeah.
One last go, huh? I think it's kind of interesting that, like, on our last way out, the last thing that we normally do is either... Yeah.
It's the
Defecate, I suppose.
Discharge.
The ultimate
You lose
relaxation.
control.
Yeah, the ultimate, like, ugh.
You lose control of your bowels. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why because I really, really enjoy taking a good shit. Like, I really enjoy this.
You think that's heaven?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've had some really wonderful moments. Like, I've beaten the level and dropped a deuce at the same exact time on my phone, and it was like, oh, it was like a euphoric moment.
Simultaneous.
Yeah, simultaneous
It's like when you and your girl
validation, you know?
It's happening.
Yeah, we're like, why are we doing this together? She's like, you might be.
It's magical.
For me, it's like this magic moment. With the look from my surprise will last forever.
Wrap it up, B.
Yeah,
Wrap it up. Can't you read?
Come on now. Oh, you guys are
How
bad.
about this?
Have you guys taken really good poops that you remember?
Today, actually.
Today it was a
It was
rememberer,
glorious.
huh?
Because the porta potties at work.
Yeah,
not
kinda,
so great.
I have a hankering that you're gonna have a hard time finding a wonderful moment in a porta potty.
Well, they're supposed to clean them a certain amount of times a week for the amount of guys working on a job.
Right.
But they don't really follow those guidelines. And it kind of gets full. And it runs out of toilet paper.
Oh.
Honey dippers aren't free, man.
And you end up having to use the paper towels at the pump sink.
Oh, no.
And
That's
if
some
there's no
rough
more
shit, bro.
paper towels at the pump sink, then you
That's pretty rough.
got to find something.
Okay,
What
so,
what have you? Yeah,
Coming home.
I think we're going to be asking the same type of question. So go for it, Sean.
well, first off, you just got done telling us you had an amazing poop in a porta potty.
No,
now
no.
you're telling us all the horrible things
Yeah, I'm like
that you experienced in a
That's
porta
what
to make
makes
the good
things-
moment.
Maybe you're
last.
confused by the word
No.
excellent.
I waited to get home to take the poop because the porta potties are so bad.
Gotcha.
I can't enjoy anything in there.
Have you ever just held it? How long
yeah.
have you held it for?
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours.
Like you just had coffee. You get to the job site. You're like, no, God, I gotta go. And you're like, nope, not gonna
And
do it
if
here.
it's like end of the week porta potty, no.
No.
No,
Oh
not going there.
shit.
The only thing I'll pee in them, but
You're a
I'll leave the door open, like have a shoulder against the door so it's venting air.
Damn, that bad?
I've gagged going pee in a porta potty.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
It's horrible.
As we all know, you gag on a lot of things, though. So
Nah.
Come on, come on.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, what the hell's the matter with you?
I mean, choking, like you choke on
No,
beer.
but I went.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did
Yeah.
choke on. You do
Yeah.
choke on a lot of things, actually.
Get
Yeah.
your mind out of the gutter, guys.
So I went in the porta potty and the no paper towels, no toilet paper, and I happened to be going pee and I look over and there's a Mexican newspaper sitting on top of the pile
Oh no!
in the full porta potty. So
you have a
I was like,
telenovela ad between your
I'm like,
cheeks.
I'm like, that's innovative. You got to find something to use.
Yeah.
Newspaper is probably the next softest thing to paper towels.
If I was at your job, I would just get like baby wipes, and like
No.
when I'm ready to drop a deuce, man, like I'm grabbing these, and I'm doing my business, and I'm not getting hepatitis, and I'm not getting poop on my hands, and I take a little Mexican shower.
A lot of the guys from our company, they bring their own rolls and keep them in the truck
See, it's
for
smart.
emergencies. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
And one time I had my own roll, but I didn't have any more. So I just used like napkins that I saved up from like fast food meals. I throw them in the glove box.
You make a conscious effort, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, you never know. If you've lived through a work job, porta potty,
Absolutely.
I
you
haven't had the pleasure.
no, it's not a pleasure at all.
Aw.
It's horrible.
So tell us about this epic poop that you had today, though.
It was a morning poop, but I've been holding it all day because it's the end of the week porta potty
Right.
kind of week, and hence the Mexican newspaper.
Right.
And so I get home and I just run to the bathroom and I sit down and release. And this thing was like 3 feet long.
It's like,
I had like Jack in the Box for lunch.
oh.
Or no, I had the lunch truck pizza.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even better.
Did you have to like stand up to shake it off? I mean,
Oh, no. It just fell right out like
it
a brick.
coiled. Oh, okay.
It was smooth as
3 foot long
peanut
brick.
butter.
Nice.
It was like peanut butter.
oh, man.
It was such a relief.
After 8 hours, I think.
Oh, man.
I don't think I could do it,
I
man.
could breathe. My belt fit. I had like notches. I went down or up in
Don't
notches?
you love it when you go down a belt notch?
Down
There
a
you go.
notch, I think.
Down a notch. There
You
go.
just
Yeah,
drop a massive
Up a
steamer,
notch.
and it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
I can wear my same pants from high school again.
Yeah,
I can
you're
wear my
like-
bell bottoms.
You're like, all of a sudden, you're like, all right, top button gets to go back where it belongs.
Right.
Mark, you don't have this issue because you're skinny as shit, you ass. Continue.
But he might poop a lot because he has a faster metabolism.
He does poop a lot.
See?
I don't understand how people take these like shits that look like fucking like logs. like
Like a Lincoln log?
Yeah, it's like what
Dairy.
do you put in there to get it out of there? Because like that's you gotta like snake the fucking drain to get something like that out.
What about you, Sean?
Oh, yeah. No, I've had my fair share of those.
Like, I'll remember
euphoric
them,
dumps.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, the moment that
And
I was having it,
you name them. No, not really.
I take them as, like, big events in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I just realized that I want to become present to those moments. So, like, I'm just like, wow,
Yeah.
this poop is, you know what? It might be the best poop I've ever had.
This is it.
This is
You
it.
you ever have one of those dumps that was just like you weren't sure if you were going to make it through it?
Oh, I've
Like,
done those.
the
Like, where
ones-
you're sweating.
That's the thing.
Oh,
There's
God.
the ones. There's the ones that are just like super relaxing and they're like rewarding. You know,
Right.
like your dump today. It just happened.
Oh, man.
And you were
Like,
relieved.
thank you.
Heaven.
But then there's the kind where you're like, this is it. You know, and like you sit down and you really got to go, right? And it's been building, and you sit down and
Do you prepare?
and
You
you
prepare
push
for this
and
one,
you
huh?
and you push, but nothing's happening. And then you
It's not
start,
ready yet. It's
and
not
you're
ready.
sweating, and it's painful, and it's just stinging, and all of a sudden you start to get the tunnel vision, and it starts to gray out, and you're like, "This is it. I'm dying like Elvis. I'm going out like the king, baby."
Start rocking
and then
back
all of
and
a sudden,
forth.
yeah, you start rocking back and forth. Your head spins around. You start speaking in tongues, and all of a sudden, it just goes whoosh,
Oh, and that rush is gone.
and it just goes kaboom.
And it's this one little fucking pebble, huh?
yeah, this one little
It's about-
fucking deer
It's about
dropping.
the size.
you
It's
know?
about the size of a pencil eraser. No, and you drop this like
the whole
softball sized, the softball sized thing. And you're like, that came out of me, and it's not
Yeah.
crying.
Right.
You know, and I don't have to cut an umbilical cord.
I was gonna say, I think
then you're like-
it's the closest thing men get to giving birth,
right?
maybe.
And then, but so you go through this moment where you're like, sure, you're gonna have a heart attack. You're dead. You're done.
Nice.
And then it just, boom, and all of a sudden, all that
Yeah,
rush
the euphoria.
of, I made it.
Yeah.
I made it.
I think
gonna
that's
be
like-
okay.
I'm alive. I'm alive.
We did it, guys. We did it. We're together.
You run out of the bathroom and you just start hugging your family or whoever else is there.
They're like, oh, thanks. You're like, Dad, I love you. You're kind of an asshole, but you're the best. He's like, thanks, son.
You have a new perspective on life.
Right?
Those are the really, really good shits.
Oh, those are the best ones. And you know what's even better about those shits, too, to fucking put the cherry on everything? They're usually one wipers.
Oh yeah.
They're one
When
wipers.
they just
They're toughies,
all drop
but
out at
goodies.
once.
Exactly. They're rough to get through, but once you get through them, the reward is great.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, it's already clean.
It's a great
Right.
song.
You're like,
Thanks,
fuck
poop.
yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
right.
yeah.
I gauge my like excitement level on my day for how many times I gotta wipe my ass. You know
I'm
what I mean?
pulling my pants up now.
Yep. You're like
Done.
one. I'm good.
One and done.
The one is called a home run.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. A home
Right.
run.
Home run.
You got a home
One
run.
wipe is
That's
a
where
home
you
run.
slam it home and then you just
Well-
jog it out.
Well, the true like the,
Oh,
the real like glory is what you're really going for is the grand slam.
yeah. The grand slam.
That's
What's the
prize.
grand slam?
That's the confidence to not even wipe, just to get up,
Just to
and
be
walk
like,
away.
just to be like,
bam.
You're
I
like,
don't
wow.
even
You're like,
need
I got
to
out of
this.
the
wipe
park.
my ass.
I
It's
got
out of the
this
park.
shit.
That's the prize. That's
Don't
the
even
prize.
need it.
Yeah.
Over
Try
the
it. See
wall.
what happens.
I don't know.
Let me know.
I don't think I could do that.
Get back to me.
No, that's all you.
Get back to me.
No, yeah.
I'll never be able to
no.
do a grand slam though.
You got to have that confidence, man.
I
you
just-
got to have that confidence.
No,
I think
Sometimes.
Kanye West does a lot of grand slams.
There's two reasons why.
All over his music.
Kanye West just stands up from the toilet. He's just like, yeah, I'm that good. His ass is caked with poop.
Doesn't really count. I think you actually that's called a fucking that's a foul ball.
That's a foul.
Where
That's
you
a
think,
fucking
where you
foul.
think you got it, but you just
Yeah.
didn't. You end up hitting
You're like,
somebody
In
you
fact,
love.
You're like playing Wii Sports and the fucking crowd goes, oh.
That's a pop out foul. That's what that is. It's not just a foul.
It's
That's
like playing
a
Wii
pop-out
Sports
foul,
and throwing
Oh,
your
shit.
controller through your TV.
Yeah, you're like, ah.
There's two reasons why I'll never have a grand slam. One, my ass is way too hairy. Two, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, so I never have chunks
So it's
of
like
shit.
cakey.
Yeah,
Too much overhead.
Yeah.
I try to work in a lot of fiber,
Fiber.
but yeah. This past week I have been drinking my shakes, and it's been a lot of brown rice and shit. So it's been a little bit more solid than normal.
Right.
Kind of strange for me. I'm used to like just sitting down, and like, oh, are we done? Are we done? Okay, I'm good.
That was it, huh? This is all I get?
Like by the time your butt actually hits the seat, you're already finished.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that was a little lackluster.
I like to get about. Well, here's the thing. I like to get it over with, so I can do like just fuck around on my phone for 3 minutes. And
Close so you can be done. Close the lid and just sit on top of it.
Yeah. I like ass cheeks open
Okay.
I like
while
to
I'm playing
leave it
my
open.
game.
Ass cheeks open. Okay.
Here's what I do. I sit there and I think,
You did
what if
strike me as
something
the type.
crawled out of this? You know,
What?
my biggest fear.
Butt in the toilet.
Is that something crawls from the toilet into your ass?
A spider. My biggest fear is that a spider.
Will crawl from underneath your watery poop.
No,
And
not from
into
underneath
your
the
ass.
poop. Not from the water, obviously, but like say like a spider was like underneath the toilet seat.
Oh,
like
no.
hanging from
Yeah.
the rim?
And then you fucking get on that thing and it just crawls up on your ass. And what if a black widow bites you right on the fucking sphincter, dude?
Like right on the ass.
Did you
Be
do
swollen.
you check?
It's well, not
Scary sounding, I think.
It's just such a like when you're taking a shit. That's the moment when you're the most vulnerable in life. I think that is your most vulnerable.
Yeah,
position.
you know what? Yeah, you got
He's
it
onto
there.
something there.
You
Yeah.
know, and so like there's this primal thing where I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
something's gonna get me.
I'm all right. I'm right there with you though, Mark, because I have this weird like fear that somebody's gonna break into my house
spider?
while I'm taking a shit.
Yeah.
And I poop with the door open, so they can't like break into the house. And they're like, "Who's in there?" I'm like, "Give me a minute." You know what I mean? Like they're gonna break into the house. They're gonna be like, "You shit with the door open, dude?" And I'll be like,
Is that why you shit with
"Yeah,
the door open?
yeah, just in case."
Wow.
Gun in his hand, like,
Yeah.
gotcha, motherfucker.
Yeah, you guys ever seen Lethal Weapon? You see what happened to him? Like straight up, it could happen. It could happen.
I gotta say, yeah, taking a dump or taking a whiz and then somebody or something happening is probably almost every time I think about it, it's like, you know, I'll be taking a leak and what if somebody just tries to jump me right now. What am I going to
Right?
do? Do I turn and attack and keep peeing?
Peeing?
I think
I
peeing's
pee
not
on
a big
him.
deal. Yeah, I think
that's what I do.
because you can run and pee, right?
That's
like-
a
It doesn't
funny thought
shut
in my
off.
head.
Yeah,
It doesn't,
you can run and
shut
shit,
off.
too.
Isn't
Yeah,
there
you
like an
can.
automatic shut off at that point?
Yeah, I think pee is like I'm okay because you could do pee and standing up, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not.
Well, we
chicks.
can.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
have.
think technically anybody can pee standing up. Just depends on how much of a mess you want to make if you're
Yeah.
a chick.
Yeah.
Well-
True. That's
well-
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in the
I'm
point where you got to
censor
make that
myself
decision.
right now. I'm gonna censor myself.
Wow, are you feeling okay?
But
He's like, I always sit down.
peeing's easy, dude. Like you can just run backwards. You can,
There's
you can
that.
get a- you can get a good skip going backwards and finish.
But I mean, like,
And assess.
He's
the
like,
situation
let's play
while you're doing it,
hopscotch
yeah.
while peeing.
Yeah, and assess the situation. You're like, okay, I
But
got,
like,
I got eyes on this. I got eyes on it.
you know, you see those movies, right, where guys are like, you know, in the public restroom or whatever, or, you know, they're taking a leak, and like the bad guy comes up, puts a gun to the back of their head, and they're like, "Come with me if you want to live," or you know, whatever. I'm taking you hostage, whatever they're doing.
Come with me if you want to
does,
die.
does the guy? If you're that guy, do you finish peeing first? And you're like, just a sec, I'm
Well,
about to shake.
Well, yeah.
If you're,
I
real
would.
gangster-
I would be like, you know what? If you're gonna take me to, you know, do whatever, at least let me finish my last pee.
Yeah, it's true. Can I at least finish?
Can I shake? Can I shake, please? Thanks.
Son, come with me. Like some Russian dude just bumps into the door and
In Soviet Russia, piss take you.
It's okay. We do this all the time.
I've actually.
and then the Jamaican in the
His
room.
best way.
Why do you sound like a little leprechaun? God damn it!
I've
stop at the
actually
basement.
been desensitized to actually going to the bathroom or anything happening, because when you're in a porta potty, people fuck
That's
with
pretty
you,
horrifying.
and,
all the time.
and that just being inside one is a horror. And when you come home to like a normal toilet, it's like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, you're
Awesome.
like, privacy.
Yes, there's a door. There's a door, and
What is this thing?
It doesn't make you safe, bro. I worked.
Well,
one of my jobs back, I was a technician, and we used to take. There's a bathroom in the back by the classroom, and so one of our favorite gags was basically when everyone would go in there, you know they were taking a shit, so you would go and you would get a giant fucking cup of like plaster or talc powder, and you would line it around the door, and then you get the fucking air hose. And then you just boom, and you just pressurize it.
Oh
And
my
it's like this
God.
fucking room. You come out, it's like you're covered in fucking powder.
oh shit.
you got
so
Frosty
good.
the Snowman.
You get frosted right in the fucking toilet. There's no safe place. I guarantee it. There's no safe place.
That's an interesting conversation. Pranks.
Pranks.
I knew somebody who had that kind of prank done to him back in the day at Zen's house. We all of our friends have lived in this house at some point or another, right?
Right.
And originally, our friend Jimmy lived there. Now, Jimmy and Zen and Peter all lived in this house, and I came and visited a lot, and they had another roommate. I can't remember his name. And they had this massive prank war going on. And, I mean, they would do all kinds of stuff. Like one time we put tin cans on strings attached to the guy's ceiling fan. And we, like, turned all of his DVDs facing the wrong way, and, like, and we turned the fan on high.
Not the DVDs the wrong way.
We turned the fan on high and then shut the light switch off. So when he came home, he walked in, turned on his light, and the fan started spinning on high, flinging cans all around his room.
Oh shit.
That's
And
pretty good.
he laughed. He thought that was awesome.
Wow.
He was pissed about those DVDs, though. He made us think about that for months. He was so OCD about that. But the reason this was brought up to my mind was because you're talking about blowing the
blowing
plaster
them. Yeah,
dust,
Just blowing.
blowing things under doors.
You were talking
So,
about blowing?
One guy
no.
actually put baby powder lining the guy's AC unit, Jimmy's AC unit. And so he turns on his AC unit, and it fills his whole room with baby powder cloud.
Oh shit.
And,
His bottom never been softer.
So fresh right now.
So Jimmy, having probably PTSD from being, military and special forces and all this, grabs a big fucking knife, goes into the person's room who he did this.
Oh,
knows
no.
did this, and literally takes the guy's pillow and stabs it to death.
Wow.
And like rips it open. He was so mad. Like he got
Gas attack.
got
Dude, that guy watching that too is like he's probably like staring at him while he's just like ring.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would freak me the fuck out. I'd be like,
Yeah, there were some pretty good pranks. What about you, Gary? You ever pull a really great prank?
have I ever?
You were on a
Come on,
football
guys.
team.
It's
Come
scary.
on.
It's
I like that answer.
Well,
There's a bear shit in the guy.
I think we share. I shared the ones with my brother, right? Those are the main ones that we did.
Oh, those are
bike.
good ones.
Those were good. The bike one.
Oh,
I shared some of
yeah.
those last week, right?
Yeah.
But you know what we used to do, which is kind of funny. We used to go to Disneyland, right? So 2 stories to this. I'm gonna bring this fucking thing full circle. Watch this, right? So we used to go to Disneyland, and a handful of us would hide in the little theater curtain on Main Street.
Okay.
And as people would walk in, we would go like, and we'd just scare
Jump
the
out and scare 'em.
shit out of people,
Yeah.
man.
The classic boo.
hilarious.
It was
Boo
it was
scares work, man.
hilarious, man. We got like 4 people in a row back to back. One of this guy and his wife. Remember Davey? A guy and his wife. They start walking in. We scare the crap out of this lady. She practically pees herself, literally,
Yes.
right? And her like fiance is on the floor laughing
Cracking
his
up.
ass off at her, and she's carrying flowers around. I'm assuming it was like a date day or something along those lines, right? And she turns around and starts hitting him with the fucking flowers.
Gotcha, bitch.
She was so livid, man, and we were laughing so fucking hard. And then we videotaped all this, by the way.
It's on video.
Yeah, it's all on video, man. And we ended up, after everybody was done laughing so fucking hard, she was just like, "Let me see the video." So we showed her the
Let me
video.
watch.
What a great sport after
Wh-
beating the
right?
shit out of her man.
Yeah, man. But we would spend like literally.
He's the great sport.
Yeah,
no
right.
kidding.
But
She
we
was
would
still there.
We would spend all day at Disneyland, you know what I mean, back in the day, because we got season passes, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
cheap back then. That's fucking wicked expensive, right?
Yeah.
But we would go to Disneyland all the time. This one time I had a shit really bad at Disneyland. Like really bad. And Disneyland is fucking packed these days. Like
Yeah.
super duper packed. So right when you walk in, there's a bathroom right to the right, you know. And I get in there, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, thank you, right? But the guy in the stall next to me was like, and I was like, and he goes, I took that as a yes, right? So I was like, all right, this is happening. So then I gave it my best, you know, everything I had. Right? And then quiet on the other end, I'm thinking victory. And then all of a sudden, this low, like,
Exercising some demons.
and I was like, wow. Well played, sir. I yelled it over the thing. This guy hasn't said one fucking word. I'm just talking to this sound right on the other side. And I finish up. I wipe my ass. It wasn't a one wiper, I promise you that.
No grand slam.
No grand slam on this one. And I walk out and I go to wash my hands. And I shit you not, the door opens up. I wanted to
No
see.
pun.
I want to see who fucking the victorious, you know,
The challenger.
the challenger, right? It's a 10-year-old little kid walks out of the fucking bathroom and he watches his hands just staring at me. And he flicked the water down and I was just mouth open staring at this guy and he fucking strutted out of that bathroom, closed the door on me
like,
because he knew who won that day.
It's like, hand me a paper
Wow.
towel, bitch.
Yeah, I was like,
Victorious.
we're not
That kid-
worthy.
That
We're
kid's going
not
somewhere.
Oh
me that
man,
towel.
it was pretty sad, man. I walked out of the bathroom and Davey like, what happened to you? And I was just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it, man.
Let's go. Let's
Too
get it
painful
right.
to
Oh man, and you know what the sad part is? Every little kid, I was just like, is that him? Is that him? As I was walking around Disneyland, I was like, is that him?
Do you wake up in cold sweats now? You're-
My goodness.
You like bolt up in the middle of the night. You're like, I got farting. Shit.
At least tell me your name.
You know what?
So
the-
I can
Right.
so I can write your name in glory.
It's like it's like Booger meeting that old dirty Asian man in Return of the Nerds. You ever
Yes.
seen that? And
Yeah.
he's just like, master. I wanted my fucking master to be a 10-year-old kid that can outshit me in a Mickey Mouse stall.
I think you go to jail
Amazing.
for that.
Oh yeah, oops, strike that. But that was a rather interesting. That was one of my most memorable shits, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how that comes full circle.
Yeah.
Any good pranks, Mark?
You know, I just,
Which ones can I share?
yeah, I just, you know, I try not to keep tally, you know.
Oh.
That bad, huh?
I just try to live in the moment and
Skinny motherfucker.
and then just push it out of my mind.
Well, I know one prank that ended up going flawlessly this last week.
Oh, yes. That was a good one.
So that was rather frustrating for me.
He fooled me, and I even saw it happen.
He fooled Sean.
Wait, that.
What
You
happened?
talking about me?
Oh yeah, we're
okay,
talking about
yeah.
you, Mike.
You did the prank.
Yo, the long con. Huh?
The long con. The long. It's more of a stubby con.
I got it.
That's
All right.
really what it is.
It's a
I
sleeper.
got a
It's
really
the
good
tog,
one after.
the frog tongue con. Is what it looks
Little
like.
bat brain.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking
Sean-
about.
Exactly.
Got it now.
I was like, you son of a bitch.
Frog brains.
Frog
brought it.
brains. Yeah, frog brains did it.
Gotta
Huh?
pay-
Yeah,
Pay
right.
Troto. Gotta pay Troto.
Why don't you explain that
Well,
prank?
why don't
I
I think
don't-
We have to tell this story from all sides.
I think
Well-
that it should start with Davey and I.
I think I thought of a really good one actually. Now that you asked me, and I kind of blew it off, but the whole long con thing made me think of this great story.
Well, we have to come back to this.
To which one?
So what we're going to share right now. Your
Yeah.
long con for last
Yeah.
week.
I'm trying to brush that under
you go
the
ahead.
table. Actually,
That's not
No,
happening.
it's not happening. No, this was not getting underneath there.
Three out of 4 majority rule.
Yeah,
It
dude.
rules.
So you
It's
can tell your
horrible.
story, but when it's my turn,
whatever, dude. I'm
It's on,
proud of that.
motherfucker. Oh.
Democracy.
I own it. I'm proud of that.
I would be too, man. I wouldn't be proud of that dick, but I'd be proud of like the, the process
brain.
that got there.
If you take a dick pic with a heart on, then that's weird. Okay, it's not supposed to be like.
Why were
full
you
man.
hard then? That's what I don't understand.
was
This
a
is
little
coming
weird.
from the mouth of the
All
guy
right.
that took the picture.
so we might. Well, since we're going there anyways, we might as well
Might
go
as
there.
well go deep,
So
huh?
last week when we were recording, was it
Balls
last
deep.
week?
Last week, yeah. Last week. we were
After
recording.
we
yeah.
were recording, Davey and Mark and I, Gary had already left the studio. And big air quotes. The studio is this magnificent garage we have converted into
a podcast studio. Welcome to the garage.
Good
everybody.
acoustics.
The point
Yeah, it
is,
feels good.
Gary had already gotten up and left, and Mark goes, "Whose phone is this?" And Davey and I are like, "I don't know." And
And Mark goes,
we're-
I didn't even hear him
It's the
say
cardinal
that.
rule, dude.
and
It's
you
the
know,
cardinal
I
rule.
wasn't even
Well.
thinking. I thought it was Mark's phone. I don't know. I thought maybe he was like, okay, is this one mine or is this one somebody else? Maybe he had an identical phone.
Right.
So I just put it out of my mind. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So Davey and I exit the garage
It's
and we
best you
turn
don't.
back and we both at the same time see Mark with the front of it. We see him from behind, right? And he's got his arms like rooting around in the front of his pants.
Fiddling with his pants.
Yeah, and like he's got his belt pulled aside, and he's
opened
he's
them.
obviously
He opened
got
them.
his fly down, and he's like trying to hold his pants up and like hold his.
And you
junk
guys
out.
didn't think for 1 second, oh, maybe he's dick picking?
No,
And
I thought
he was using his phone to dick pic someone.
Yeah, that's what
Like
we
to,
thought.
like to his
That's smart.
girlfriend or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
smart. Yeah.
He's like, hey, Ma, check this out.
So
Is this
Dave-
weird?
Here, look at my dick.
So Davey and I are sitting there going, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, shit. And he like drops the phone
Oh, my goodness.
like down.
I didn't drop
the
this.
sad part is that...
Hold on.
Oh.
He drops it down through his pant leg
I didn't.
or
drop the
something.
phone.
It didn't like hit the ground, but he was like, shit. And he like grab it. And like,
He's struggling.
and so we're just like,
It's a
okay.
lot to hold at one time.
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe.
Only
So-
Gary knows.
Oh, no, and everybody I was with this weekend.
I think one way or the
That
other,
was a
Davey
good
and I,
time to show it.
Davey and I, at whatever point, decided that it was none of our business what was going on, and
You're like, whatever, it's
we
Mark.
walked on,
Hey
and
guys, come check this out, bro.
Out of sight, out of mind.
yeah, and we promptly forgot about it,
Well, then.
and so I guess
But you guys are my friends.
I guess from Mark's perspective, Mark, you found the phone. You found the phone, and what went on in your head when you found that phone?
Cardinal rule, bro.
Cardinal rule. Somebody
like,
leaves their phone around.
What bitch am I getting tonight?
Everyone fucking knows you leave your phone unattended. Dick pic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
take
a
my phone off the
universal-
table right now and put it in
Literally.
my pocket.
Yep,
Universal. I don't care if you're in America, Canada, China, Ukraine. I don't care where the fuck you are.
Your crane, my crane, whatever crane.
Your brain, my brain, whatever, dude.
You leave your phone unattended. Dick pic.
Dick
Okay.
pic, man.
So Mark decides to follow the cardinal rule of dick pics on unattended phones.
Well,
Gary,
my phone just happened to be the fucking receiver of this event, man. And the sad part is, as I look back at this, there's two things that happened to me here. I'm realizing that my phone was taking a dick of Mark's. A picture. Sorry, my phone was taking a picture of Mark's dick, and then he was probably flopping my phone around in different hands trying to get the best angle. And you know that I have to have that thing on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the most frustrating part to me. That's the first thought that came into my head. Not that like, oh crap, he took a dick pic. I'm like, do you know how many times it's been close to my face this last
Since I looked
weekend?
at the picture.
Yeah, since like a day ago. You know.
I guess I shouldn't tell you the rest.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God, there's
please,
more.
No, I don't even want to
carry,
know.
No. We want to know. Carry on, Mark.
That was just a joke.
That was just,
Okay.
I was like, please don't let there be more. Please. So basically, I was in San Diego this weekend. We rented a beach house.
Days
and,
later.
Yeah, so this is Sunday, right? We were leaving the beach house. We all went for breakfast, right? And I had left my phone off the whole weekend. I don't need it. You know, I'm on vacation-ish, staycation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? So I leave my phone. I haven't even looked at it, man. So I turn it on when we get there. You know, I need to check emails. I got a meeting, you know, the next day or whatever, right? And as I go to take a picture of something, I just see this, like, toad-looking object in my
Toad brain.
in my picture thing, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I pushed it, and I saw this disgusting.
Enlarge.
Yeah, I think I magnified it twice for sure. I was like, "Do pinches pinch out?" Right? And I was like, I dropped my phone. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "No, no, no!" And the fucking waitress behind me was like, "Oh my god!" And she was like literally dropping food off while this dick pic kind of happened. And everybody at my table goes, "What's going on?" "Oh my god!" And they saw the dicks, and so like 4 other people are like, "Oh my god!" So there's the 4 other people at the table, the waitress saying, "Oh my god," and then we had a whole nother table that got up. I was like, "What the hell's going on over there?"
Restaurant goes quiet. A baby starts crying.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's just like, "Oh my god!" And they literally, everybody in that restaurant pretty much saw your dick.
Well, my dick does tend to have that effect on
Oh
people.
man, so that was like the most epic long con because you didn't just get one person. You got like
Half a
almost
restaurant.
half a restaurant done.
Mark,
It was like an atom bomb went off. You know what I'm saying?
Mark, you deserve a high five. I'm not going to give you one, but you deserve one.
I think there's a video.
I'll give you a
on there.
fist pound.
Oh man, it was brutal though, dude. I was like, I can
no
never
one's pounded
unsee his dick. You know what I'm saying? Mark's had some weird close calls over the times. You know what I mean? Where he gets really trashed and takes his clothes off randomly. You know, for whatever reason. And I've managed out of the years we've known each other not to see your dick.
That's
You know what I mean?
That's his
Even when
angry
it's-
drunk.
Even when it's resting
Even when it's resting
on his leg.
on my leg, I'm like, I felt that thing. You know, the second thought that came into my head
I
was,
don't recall that. So
he doesn't at all.
I'm not looking down.
Yeah, man. The second thought that came into my head after the "oh my god, this has been on my face the entire day," straight up was,
it's been on your legs though.
"That's what that thing looks like when it's resting on my knee." You know what I mean? Like, fucking Mark.
Now you have the whole picture.
Literally, bro. Like, there is no imagination
Now you-
left for me.
now you
It
just
all
need to
comes
taste it.
together. Comes together, man.
Now you just need to taste it.
Oh God,
The full
damn
experience.
you. God
You
damn
seen
you.
it, you felt it. Just get a little taste.
Just a little, just a tip.
taste.
Pretty sure you smelled it.
Just a little,
God damn you, David.
a little touch and go.
God damn you,
A
man.
little dip and skip.
Oh, fuck. I'm still getting conned, man. Like a week later, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
You
It's
guys-
just the way it goes.
fuck you guys.
So I work with this person, and And so one day I asked for the number of their significant other because me and the significant other had actually, so we had like ups and downs. One party, we got really smashed. I swear to God, I thought we were going to go blow to blow. I was like
a fist fight?
Yeah, I thought at a work party. It was great. It was so funny because we get yammered at our work party, right? And so basically what happens is, so he's following me around. He's drunk, I'm drunk, and I'm trying to get away from him, but I can't. So finally I just say, fuck it, bro. Let's do this right now, me and you. Like,
Let's get it out of the way.
I was like, let's go. Let's just
dance.
do it. Yeah. Right. I've been trying to avoid him, and I'm like, let's do it. And then like we don't. Nothing happens.
He's like, no.
It's pretty funny.
I didn't even stress.
So some time passes, and I don't even remember why I asked for his number, but I was like, hey, so let me get the number because I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even remember what started, but basically, so I get this guy's number. And
Battle shits.
Yeah, I get this guy's number, and so I text him. And I text him, I was like, oh, I had such a great time this weekend. Like, yeah, like I had
that kind of text, huh?
Yeah, so I had such a great time this weekend. Like, you're magnificent. Like, I can't wait to see you again, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I think you got the wrong number. I'm like, no, I don't. And then I text his name. I was like, I know exactly who this is. Like, don't be a dick. Like, if, you know, I was like,
oh man,
like if you just want to, like, if you just want to ignore it. And he was like, who is this? And I was like, my name's Jason. I just made up a name, right? Well, so the funny thing is, and we go on a little bit more like that, and then he stops responding. So the funny thing is,
how long did this go for?
Wait for it. No. So the funny thing is, this is like a weekend, right? And then so Monday, their significant other that I work with comes in. They're like, what did you say? I was like, oh, I told him, and he was like, she's like, oh my God, like the funny thing is that we went to a wedding this weekend, and he got really hammered, like blackout drunk, and he actually met someone named Jason who we never met before.
That is a happy coincidence.
That works.
That is a very happy coincidence.
we call that, by the way, the divine con.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
That's how you know God has a sense of humor. Straight up, he's like, let's see how this
worked
novella
perfectly.
goes. Right?
So yeah. So this is, I'm like, this is hilarious. So like I would send like every once in a while I send a little vulgar text and like he wouldn't. and so
You catfished him.
Yeah, I was like
You did catfish him, dude.
So I would send stuff like, oh, you felt so good, and like all this stuff. And
It was amazing being inside.
there was
funny, man.
So I sent this one text. I was like something about, because I had just watched the show and there was this baked beans bit. And so I decided, I was like, I'll use it. So I sent him a text. I was like, oh, I want to just rub baked beans all over you. And, blah, blah. And that's
and that's how you got caught, huh?
And that's one of the times he responded. He was like, it's like, what, baked beans? What? So to give you an idea, this went on for, I'm going to say about 4 months.
Wow.
4 months, right?
That
guys?
is commitment.
So basically,
Mark's, that was his tinker time, dude. Like when he was dropping a deuce, he was like, okay, how can I get a half chubs right now with this?
Yeah. Anytime I'm on the toilet, you got to text. So basically, there's another good one I remember. I was like, I was trying to act like I was angry, and I was like next time I see you, you're not even gonna get spit.
I'm gonna rub you raw.
So I'm going, and so I'm just sending him all this vulgar stuff, right? And so, sometimes he responds, and then go a while without responding. So all right. So basically, we come to the big reveal, right? So, because there's got to be a big reveal.
There has to
Right.
be.
Yeah. It's not a prank otherwise.
Yeah. So finally, so the significant other that's not the person I'm pranking is like their significant other's having a birthday party, right? And so they throw big parties. So, I mean, they have a full-on bar. They have hired bartenders. They have a hired DJ. It's catered. All the stuff at their house is a pool. It's big. So it's a huge party. And so, of course, we're invited. And we come over. And we're all dressed up as 80s and shit. So it's like this great thing.
Mark's dressed like the
forget-
snake.
I forget who it was.
Jake the Snake from fucking WWF. back in
He
the
probably
day.
went as Madonna.
I wish.
Oh,
I could see
yeah.
him in a pointy bra.
I really wish I could remember what I was dressed like, but I
Probably
can't.
racy then.
Oh, it was a jumpsuit and it was snap off pants and I had like on like gold member shorts that
Yes.
like my
Nice.
nuts would hang out.
Of course you did.
Actually, so that was one of the nights I got drunk and went skinny dip in the pool with like
That's-
pretty much everybody I work with, and
Wow.
they were all well. They weren't skinny dipping, but I was. It's happened a lot. Yeah.
All right, so
Probably
They weren't
interesting,
skinny
yeah.
dipping. I was
so
skinny
the big
dipping.
reveal.
So the big reveal. So we get there and the rule was the significant other was like, listen, you have they were like, basically, I'm scared. Like, I don't want him to know I was involved because he's gonna be angry.
Someone might die
Yeah.
tonight. And everyone's like,
So I give them a lot of props because not only they were involved in this long con too, right? So it was pretty much it was a
Teamwork.
group effort, yeah. Anyways, so I show up and my idea was this was my idea. I was like, all right, I'm gonna show up and I have a bag, and in this bag there's a little treat that's gonna make him understand who I am. And so it was his birthday. That's right. So I walk up to him and I was like, hey man, I just wanted to say happy birthday, bro. Here's my gift to you, or thank you. So he opens
He's
up
like,
the bag.
"Thanks."
He opens up the bag and it's a can of baked beans.
oh, thank you. Very nice.
And so he's sitting there and he's looking at this. He's like, what? Why he's got this confused look on his face? He's like, oh, what? He's looking at me. He's looking at Candy. He's looking at his girlfriend. He's like, what? Wait. And then you see it.
And then it
You
just
see
clicks
it, yeah,
over.
Click, click, click.
You see the aha moment. The aha. And he puts together like fucking neurons are sparking, connections are being made. Boom. There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
And he looks at me and he starts dying laughing. He's like, oh my God, you asshole. You were the one. And he goes up and he's like, baby, you won't believe this was him the whole time. And she goes, uh-huh. And the betrayal on that guy. The betrayal. He goes, you fucking knew it. He's like,
No more trust.
You
At
think-
all.
I
no
think
more
that
trust
was
for
the-
you.
At all. I don't care if
Yeah.
you swallow twice a
That
day.
was the most impressive thing I think of that whole thing is that she was really the one who like was able to keep it.
man.
Because
Yeah.
if I was in
She
that
kept it
room
going.
and my significant other was getting those texts and I was in the room, I'd be dying fucking laughing.
Right?
And I'm sure they were because it was absurd. So I'm sure everyone was getting on. Like, it
Or
was,
that guy, you probably fucked that dude up, man.
like
Like, he
every-
was scared.
like every fucking
How
week.
does this person know me? Who the hell is this? Who
I bet
is
he-
Jason? How
He's
deep
probably
did
like
he go?
checking. He's probably checking his virginity a little bit, if you know what I'm saying.
right?
Like,
yeah.
I bet he was so relieved.
popping a finger up. in
Yeah, he
there.
was like, "Oh, thank God, it's just Mark." Or then there's the other moment. Oh, fuck, it was Mark.
Two sides of every coin.
Oh shit! Just getting to know you now. I'm just like, "Fuck you, Mark."
This guy's demented.
Tip of the iceberg.
Oh my goodness, I bet.
Speaking of tips,
Shit.
just a taste. Just a taste.
a little sausage with a side of baked beans.
1, 2 and freeze. Don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze. Don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze. Don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. Don't nobody move. 1, 2 and freeze.